Good morning, class. Today we are on Saxon Book 4, Lesson 57, and we're going to be talking about rate word problems. So, first things first, what is a rate? A rate is a relationship between two measurements. So let's talk about some of the bigger words here. What's a relationship? Usually when we say relationship, we're talking about a person relationship. You guys watching this video, you are in relationship with the people that you live with. You go together. You're considered a family. So in math, a rate is a relationship between two measurements. Measurements are things like inches, miles, yards. Measurements can be time words like minutes, seconds, hours. Measurements can be money like dollars. So a rate is when we take two of those measurements and put them together. For example, miles per hour. Usually when we're talking about a rate, we have this word per in it. Miles per hour. That's how we measure the rate your car drives. We call it speed. If I'm going 20 miles per hour, that's my speed, but it's also the rate of how fast your car can drive. People who work, they get paid usually in dollars per hour. So if you make $10 per hour, for every hour that you work, you make $10. So we're going to see word problems that use rates or have you figuring out information based off of your knowledge of rates. So our first one is Liam drove the car 30 miles per hour. He did this for 4 hours. How far did Liam drive? So what your book suggests, especially at first when we're doing these problems, is that we make a table. So we know that we're comparing hours and miles. So we can make a table like this, and we can say after the first hour, how many miles did he go? Well, he was driving 30 miles per hour, so after 1 hour, he had gone 30 miles. After 2 hours, he went 30 more miles. So 30 plus 30 would give us 60. After 3 hours, he went 30 more miles, so 60 plus 30 gives us 90. And after 4 hours, again, 30 more miles, so 90 plus 30 would give us 120. So then the answer to our question, after 4 hours, how far did Liam drive? We can just look at the table and go, oh, he went 120 miles. And it's a word problem, so we need to make sure we have our label at the end there. Okay, so we're going to look at this same problem, and I'm going to show you a different way to solve it. We know that Liam went 30 miles per. This little fraction bar here can serve as a symbol for per. So he went 30 miles per hour, and we know that he did this for 4 hours. So when we were making the table, we were counting by 30 4 times. We were using that repeated addition, plus 30, plus 30, plus 30. What's another way to solve a repeated addition problem? Multiplication. So we can take this same problem and we can multiply our 30 miles times 4 hours, because really we're saying that we have 4 groups of 30. Each hour, he went 30 miles, so 4 groups of 30. 4 times 0 gives me 0. 4 times 3 gives me 12. And look at that, I've got the same answer, 120 miles. So, can you make a table to solve these problems? Yes, absolutely. If that is the way that you are most comfortable to get accurate answers, please continue making the tables. If you're comfortable with setting up this multiplication problem and then doing your multiplication correctly, by all means, try that. It's quicker. You might like it more. Okay? All right, our next example says Nuru earns $3 a week for helping around the house. Now, this problem actually tells you make a table. So when the problem says make a table, even though we go, but I could multiply and it's so much quicker, you have to follow the directions. So in this one, they're checking our skills. They want us to make a table for this rate that shows how much Nuru would earn in 1, 2, and 3 weeks. Then use a formula to find out how much money he would earn in 7 weeks. So we're going to try that next. All right, so he gets $3, dollars I guess would be the other. He gets $3 for every 1 week. So the first week, he's going to make $3. And they wanted us to make the table for 1, 2, and 3 weeks. So we've got our 1, 2, 3 here. We know that he's going to make $3 every week. So I can just count by threes. 3, 6, 9. There's my table. So the next part of the question says, then use a formula. What they mean by formula is multiplication problem. We know that if we take the number of weeks times the number of dollars that he makes each week, that we can figure out how much money he'll make in 7 weeks. So we're going to take 7 weeks times $3, and 7 times 3, you should know that one, 21. And we label it with dollars because he's making money, he's not making weeks. Okay? All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of your lesson. You have 2 lesson practice problems. It looks like only one of them asks you to make a table. So if you are comfortable with just doing the multiplication, you can try that for problem A. For problem B, it does tell you to make a table. If you are in my class, these lesson practice problems need to be finished before we meet. We'll be going over the answers in class later today, and then you can start your written practice, which begins on page 367. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you soon.